Hi, once again it's your friend, a galvanized, and you are watching a galvanized. I'm here again to carry out my street interview. I want to be asking people live questions that people have been asking. I want to ask people their perspective. Why do they think people commit suicide? Why? And what can somebody do to avoid that? Ask them personal questions. How would they advise people that are going through depression? Is suicide okay for them? Is that the option for them? I'll be asking them. I want to know their perspective. You know, I have come to understand that those that commit suicide, they don't commit it. Not all of them commit suicide because of lack of money, because of lack of finance. No, there are so many things that leads to depression and leads to suicide. We are going to find out today. It's going to be interesting. Please tag along with me, and don't forget, it's still your friend, a galvanized. And don't be too in a haste to go away, to leave. Just follow me to the end. I will still be giving a little speech at the end of this video. Stay tuned. Don't go away. A galvanized TV. Galvanized, what is your name?
My name is Moses.
Okay, Moses, I want to ask you, why do you think people commit suicide?
Why I think people commit suicide is about thinking too much of thinking. Maybe one of his friends offend him, and I don't know, maybe tell him bad thing. Because day before yesterday, one of my friends even offend me. That even tell me bad thing that make me cry when I even was like this. I don't even happy that I'm also like this because I know where I am before I come to this also now. But thank God to God, I'll be able to be taking something into my mouth. They still paying me, but people commit suicide because when they think maybe it's the end of life for them, that's why people commit suicide.
Okay. You mentioned something. You said because you know where you were before. So can you share a bit about that? What happened?
No, it's just a misunderstanding between me and my family.
Okay.
I live in Lagos here, not living in Lagos. My house is not far from here. Drive side. That's where I live. But me and my family, I can't stay there. Maybe it's my mommy, because it's only mom I have now. It's only my mommy. And I can't put all the load on top of his neck. I went outside to hustle. But my friends, all friends that I used to make in my life, they are just the enemy of my own life. That's what I even know about life. Because all the friends I make, they're enemy of my own life. Go. Because one of my friends stole my phone, telling me that he didn't know that I'm the owner of the phone. I used to see the phone on me. And we are living together.
So you don't have money like that?
Yes, to buy a new one. Steal it. I buy phone more than 15 times when we're living together. Now when I leave them from their own side, they're even versing that why would I leave? Why would we be going to do this kind of work? I said when I don't have the money, when I both okay, give me this kind of money, you can't give me to afford to eat. But if it's to buy markets, maybe you go there, you want to smoke because I used to smoke. You smoke, you give me that one to go and buy.
So you see, one thing about life is that the friends, thank God you know that they are bad friends.
Yes.
When it comes to something that will destroy your life, they will give it to you. But when it comes to something that wants to help you, they will not.
Take it from someone.
You understand? So you have to run away from those kind of people. So what are you doing now?
I'm even also picking bottle water can with nylon and this
cover.
No, pali.
Okay, carton.
Okay. That's what I used to pick now.
And with all these things, why I asked you this question is that you said they think why they commit suicide is that they think that's the end. But do you think like it's your end?
No, that's why I come to this also.
Because you believe that you will pass the stage.
And past the stage I even be before. That's my own belief.
Okay, so What is suicide an option? You just confirmed that suicide is not an option, right?
Yes, suicide is not an option.
So what will you tell people that are going through difficult times? Since you are going through difficult times, so you know how to advise them.
What my motivation for them is people committing suicide is just a crime to God, because God said sin no more. But we people commit suicide is a sin. People commit suicide because I don't even know why they are committing suicide, because it's not the end of the life. If someone wants to drop you, do you see someone that will carry you? I don't want to know. If someone lay his bed, like my own daddy's proverb said, as you lay your bed, you lie on it. Is as he lay his own bed, maybe it's his own end of life. That's why committing suicide. But as for me, if I lay my bed like this, if someone scatter it, I will lay it on another place to make my own life to be easy for me.
Alright. So I'm very delighted talking to you. And I know if you are watching me, if you are watching me live, if you are watching this video, learn from this guy's story. Very, very touching. And he still says this is not his end. Suicide is not an option. I know this is very, very little. I was not planning to meet him right here. But just take this. You understand? I want you to tell people that are watching to say no to depression and say no to suicide.
Yes, say no to depression and say no to suicide, because it's not the end of your life.
Thank you. Nice. What's your name, sir?
Okay, my name is Victor.
Okay. Mr. Victor, I want to ask you, why do people commit suicide?
Yeah, most people commit suicide based on what is happening around their environment, challenges they face. You understand? They see themselves like they don't have hope. They don't have other hope in life, so they have to do what they do. They have to commit.
Is that enough to commit suicide?
Yeah, now if you check the country, what is happening around in Nigeria now, you see that Nigeria does not have any future for anybody again. So most people, the situation when they find, things are going on every day. Nobody knows the problem in which everybody is facing. You understand? So it depends. You understand? So you get situation that you find yourself, that there's no solution for that situation. There's no help. You'll be frustrated, and frustration can cause someone to commit suicide.
Okay, but there is nothing in this life that does not have solution. Yes, you need to believe that the solution might not come easily, but there is a solution. There's not reason to commit suicide. You understand?
Yeah.
So there is still, everybody face challenges, but we face it differently because we have different faces. So you understand? So it is only those that are able to continue and push on that we overcome those challenges. But if you end it, it's finished.
And some of them, they do it out of ignorance.
So what's your advice?
My advice is that everybody should just be patient. You understand? Live a life that, like, take control of yourself. You understand? Don't let the situation happen around you to make you do what you're not supposed to do. Just be calm. You understand? Believe on God. That's the only advice that I have.
Alright. And I want you to just tell my viewers, tell everybody watching this video, say no to depression, say no to suicide.
Yeah. So if you're watching me in this video, I would advise you to say no to depression, say no to suicide, and say no to frustration.
Thank you very much. What is your name?
Agnes.
Agnes. Okay, what's your name?
I'm Lina.
Say?
Lina.
Lina. Okay, Lina, I want to ask you first. Why do you think people commit suicide?
Wow. Why people commit suicide? I just feel that why people commit suicide? A lot of persons, everybody with their reasons, you get. Some persons are tired of life. Probably what they actually planned for themselves is not coming as they planned it. A lot of persons, depression, you get. So depression sets in. Recently, what has been happening has been suicide. You get, and I don't really know why, but I just pray God helps everybody and we take that suicidal thought out of our head.
Okay. Agnes, I want to ask you, Also, the same question. Why do you think people commit suicide?
I already say it on. I just get
Your own perspective.
I just because the depression too that I just wanted to say. I don't know why somebody will go and commit suicide. Why suicide is so like it's not like a normal thing. I don't see reason why people are supposed to be committing suicide. I don't.
You know, something leads to depression.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe they are not what like what they're expecting is not coming up, or so maybe that's the reason. But to me, I don't see why I would commit suicide.
Alright, so is it an option? Challenges and despite the challenges people face, the obstacles, the trials, I want to ask you now: is it an option for suicide?
It's not though.
Why did you say so?
Because this life is very simple to live, but sometimes people make it very difficult for them to live. I don't know. I don't really know. But to me, life is very easy. Like I suppose.
So
what?
it is not an option.
I beg though. I beg. Suicide is not the best. I beg. There will always be a way out.
Okay. Alright, so same question to you.
No, suicide is never an option. No matter what's happened, no matter what life brings to you, suicide can never and will never be an option. So persons feel they are not worthy enough to be alive. Do you get low self? That's the word, low self-esteem. So they just feel that what's the essence of me living? And you know this suicidal thoughts that come to head. Let me just die. Can live for that can actually make
Repeat that word.
like some person will just be thinking that why am I living? Let me just die and leave the world. But there are a lot of reasons why you should be alive. A lot of reasons because some persons are actually looking up to you and you don't know to become a better person. And in your head you are thinking that I'm not worthy of living. I'm not this thing. This was what I planned in my head. I want to get married at 25. I want to get this money at this particular age, and it's not happening. So why?
This thing you just said just struck me. You know, everyone is attached. People are attached to everybody.
Yeah.
As you are, there are many people that are attached to you.
Yeah.
So you have to try your best and live and be better, so that them can also. Because one day you pay somebody school fees and you don't know the person yet.
Exactly.
So the person is waiting for you to succeed.
When you not die, what will happen?
The person's. So what's your advice now?
Please don't kill yourself or don't jump into the ocean. don't jump into the ocean, don't kill yourself. You have a 1001 reason to live. Like life is beautiful. There are a lot of 1001 is that people want, but just stay alive. We need you to be alive for us. We need you.
Okay, so your advice, Agnes.
Please though, suicide is not an option. Please, life is beautiful. No matter how it's hard, definitely something good will come out one day. Just be patient, and I believe that things will get better in the country.
Now, I want both of you to say to my fans, no to depression, no to suicide. Let's say it together.
No to depression, no to suicide.
So this is a galvanize. What's your name, sir?
I think it's better.
Do you think people commit suicide, sir?
Well, to my own understanding, I think before somebody can go into a suicide or commit a suicide, they has get to a stage that he has think about everything, that discover that this is end up for him. Maybe he has no job, maybe he has family problem, or maybe one of two things.
So is suicide an option for going through any challenges
In the first place, why do you have to commit suicide? Because even your Bible tells you, if you commit suicide, God will still punish you in heaven. So why do you have to commit suicide? No matter how it may be, or maybe how situation, you don't need to commit suicide.
Okay, sir. So what's your advice for them, sir?
My advice is that tomorrow will be better, so don't commit suicide. That's my advice.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. This is a galvanize. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Grace Naji.
Okay, Grace Naji.
Yes.
All right, Grace, I want to ask you, why do you think people commit suicide?
Okay, most times people commit suicide due to depression. When they go through things they think they can't bear anymore, and then they feel the only option there is just to take their life, and that's why I think people go through suicide.
Is it an option? Will any challenges make someone to commit suicide? Should any challenges make someone to commit suicide?
Okay, if you ask me, there shouldn't be a situation that will make you to take your own life, because okay, what you are going through if you watch it very carefully, there are other people going through it, and then there are other people who are going through much more than you are going through, and then it hasn't crossed their mind, it's not yet an option for them. And then you should look out for the people around you. If you want to take your life, I know you have children, some have their father, their mother. Look out for the pain you'll be causing to those people, you know. Yes, and then you are sure going to go through that circumstance, you know. Challenges, they say, it's just for a moment. It's how hard you push, believing in God, and it's with time you scale through and, you know, go through wherever you're going through at the moment.
Alright, so what will be your advice to them?
Okay, my advice to anyone out there who is wanting to take his or her life, that shouldn't be the way out. The way out is to face your challenges, make the most out of it, live for your family members, because no family member out there want to lose anyone precious to them. Live for them, live for yourself, and believe in God. God can take you through that situation regardless of whatever it is. God can take you through it.
So I want you to tell them, lastly, I want you to tell anyone watching this video, I want you to tell them, I want you to say no to suicide, no to depression.
Okay, anyone out there, say no. I'm telling you right now to say no to depression, say no to suicide. It's not the way out. Say no to it.
Alright, thank you very much. Galvanize, what's your name, sir?
My name is Joseph David.
Okay, Mr. Joseph David, I want to ask you, why do you think people commit suicide?
Number one is that suicide is a psychological issue. When people are under a state of trauma, when they are traumatized because of the situation of life, you discover that they have no choice but to run into a suicidal state. Number two is that when people are rejected by their folks, by their family, they have no choice but to fall into a state of suicide. But more especially, suicide is a spiritual thing. When someone commits suicide, you should know that that person is already dead in the physical before he commits the suicide. Something tells the person to take his life. So fundamentally, psychological has its own effects, a part to play. Mentality has its own part to play, while the spiritual has its own part to play. And as a matter of fact, societal values. Take for instance, when a man has lost everything he has, when a man, a very rich man that flies in affluence, suddenly crashes to the earth, crashes to the ground from the top, what other choice does he have? When a man that has a family of 6 and suddenly the vehicle crashes, sends your family maybe from Enugu to Lagos on a trip, and the whole vehicle have an accident, what do you expect of the man? Suicide. So it's a state of mind. But behind every suicidal effect, there is always a solution. Are you getting me now?
That means you are saying that it is not an option.
No, suicide is not an option in anything you are doing in life, because one of the things you should look into before you take any stage of suicide in your life is to check yourself to know if you can rise again, to check yourself to know if you can stand again. If you read the Bible, I'm a student of the Bible. The Bible said that when David slept with Uriah's wife and God was angry with him, David was a friend of God, yet God was angry with him. The Bible said he poured ashes on himself and wore sackcloth. He didn't give up on himself. He went back to God for mercy. Are you getting the point now? He went back to God. He was broken. He went back to God for mercy. He didn't give up on himself. So you should know that there is still hope. Take yourself. God does not respect men that fall on the floor and remain on the floor. God respects men that when they are down to the earth, they stand again. Even the Bible said, he said, 7 times shall I fall and 7 times shall I rise. So don't take, if you're looking at me, please do not take suicide as an option. Suicide is not an option. Break yourself and brace up and tell yourself that there is still hope. There is still hope again. If you are down to the earth financially, there is still hope again. If you have lost anything in life, you can still make it again, in as much as you still have life. So I saw something. A man jumped from the head bridge. It's all over the internet. A man jumped from the head bridge. Are you there? And they asked him, why did you jump from the head bridge? An elderly man. He said because they tagged him a thief. They told him that he stole the money and he didn't steal the money, and that made him take his own life. That is rubbish. You took your life because you wanted to take your life. You have your mouth to defend yourself. If the truth must prevail, it will prevail. One day, let people stigmatize you as a thief. One day, the truth must definitely come to pass. Are you hearing me? Do you want to ask a question? Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So, are you done talking?
Okay. Do you have any other question to ask?
No, not.
Let me give my last word.
Advice.
Should I give the people the advice? Yes. Okay. My advice is this. Please, please, and please, don't ever take whatsoever whatsoever you cannot create. This life you are living is not yours. God gave it to you, and one day God will hold you accountable for it. Don't take the life you did not make. The little life that you have, make values out of it. Make impact to your society. Make impact to your family. You didn't just come to this world to live. You didn't just come to this world to exist. You came to planet Earth. God sent you to this world, to this earth, for a purpose. You might have not achieved it now, but give yourself time. I think the Bible said in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1, it said, write the vision and make it plain, that they that may run with it. He said, though it may tarry, wait, it shall surely come to pass. So give yourself time. Don't take your life, it shall surely come to pass. Share up and God bless.
I want you to tell my fans and those that will be watching this video to say no to suicide and say no to depression.
Say no to suicide, say no to depression.
What is your name?
My name is Darlington Eze.
Mr. Darlington Eze, I want to ask you this question. Why do you think people commit suicide?
It's lack of poverty. Poverty can make you to do what you don't want to do. And also, let me know, would I say bad government? Because I believe that if everybody is living fine, living good, nobody will commit suicide. If you have money, I have money, everybody have money. Why will I do ritual? Why will I steal? Why will I commit suicide?
Okay, sir. So, if there are challenges now, since there are challenges, hardship in the country now, then would you still are you okay with people still committing suicide, even when you know that there's hardship?
Why will I be happy people committing suicide? They are like my fellow human being. Because the reason why people commit suicide is because of hardship. I still believe on that. The country is hard.
So what will you tell them now? What will you advise them now? Those that are going through difficult.
We only know the grace of God, because there's money in this country. We only need the grace of God to survive. There is money. Nigeria is a well-blessed country. But the government are I would like to say they are not doing us right, or I don't understand, but I still believe that we believe in the God Almighty. We believe that one day another government will enter and change the situation. Because I still believe that God is saying we should cry unto Him, we should look unto the Lord, not unto the president, not unto the governor. Because whatever we ask God. Then if God blesses us, He gives us a good governance. He gives us a good government. He said that whatever we want, we ask to God, then God will give us a good president that will take care of everybody.
Okay, sir. So we should ask God for good presidents that will take care of us. Have you ever been depressed before?
Have I ever been depressed?
Yes.
Start with that number now.
So why did you not take suicide as an option?
I don't think it's optional, because this life we are seeing is very sweet. No matter how poor I am, I like the life I'm living. As long as I'm breathing and you are living, there is hope for you.
So what will you tell my fans now? I want you to tell them to say no to suicide, say no to depression.
Say no to suicide, say no to depression. Believe in God and hope. One day the country will. Life is very precious to me. I can't commit suicide. And I encourage those guys out there to look for something doing. You look for something doing. You need to work. most of the guys, they don't work. They depend on begging, or whether the country is hard or it's not hard, you must look for something doing. It's very, very important for you and for other people.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
This is a galvanize. What's your name, sir?
I'm Mr. Paul Igwe.
Yes, Mr. Paul Igwe, I want to ask you, why do people commit suicide?
Because of hard time, things not moving well within themselves, and other vices.
So is that a reason to commit suicide? Because of the hardship?
When somebody cannot be able to make ends meet, and his condition is too bad, he may think twice and give up the ghost.
But to you, is it okay to commit suicide because of hardship?
We have to be patient enough to wait for good things to make its way. You understand? To allow things unfold itself.
So you are trying to say that suicide is not an option. They shouldn't do it. Okay, sir. So have you been depressed before?
Well, have I been depressed? Yeah. In this present condition, things are too bad.
What did you do to overcome? Did you take what did you do to overcome?
Overcome by our persistence to hardship. You understand? Trying to avoid it, trying to make ends meet.
Okay, keep doing things that will help grow grow somebody.
Yes.
All right, thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate you. Yeah, we are back from our street walk, and today's edition is very, very interesting. You see, why do people commit suicide? Why is there depression everywhere? Why is it that you see so many people kill themselves for no reason? Some because of financial issues, some because someone accused them, some because their fiancé or fiancé broke up with them. So for so many reasons. Some because of hunger. There are several reasons why people get depressed and why people commit suicide. It is not only because of financial issues. It is not only because of emotional issues. There are various reasons why people commit suicide. You see, what I want to tell you is that Satan, in most cases, do not have the power to kill you. What he is going to do is that he will make the situation worse. He will frustrate you. He will keep you in debt. You will have to do it by yourself. Satan will want to frustrate you so that you will have to kill yourself. You have to use your hand to do it by yourself. Beware of the flatterer. He will only deceive you into committing suicide. He will only deceive you into doing what is not right. Suicide is not just bad, it is a sin. Do not take your own life for any reason. You have heard from these people. Suicide is not an option. Suicide can never be an option. Beware. You have so many things that you will still accomplish in life. You see, today we pass for tomorrow to come. Yesterday have passed already. So why are you killing yourself? When morning will pass, afternoon will come, afternoon will pass, and night will come. Night will pass, the next morning will come. So why do you kill yourself? Because there are still opportunities in your tomorrow. If you do that, that means you are selfish because you don't consider people around you. Look at people around you. How would they feel? What would they be going through if you are not? If you commit suicide, how would they feel? What would they be doing? How will their life? How is their life going to be like? Say no to suicide. It is not an option. I know this world is challenging. I know this country is there are a lot of challenges, but there is no reason whatsoever why you should kill yourself. There is no reason why you should take your life. That challenge is not unto death, I assure you. That challenge will pass, I assure you. That challenge will go away, I assure you. Only do things that will better your life. In the midst of in the midst where you feel so depressed, always think about this. Always think about this, that tomorrow is better than today. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Your tomorrow is better than today. The only way to get out of despair is to have hope, because hope is the opposite of despair. Hope is the opposite of despair. If you are not in despair, then you have hope. If you don't have hope, then you are in despair. Beware of the flatterer. Beware of the thoughts to kill yourself. Beware of anything that will trigger you to take your life. Say no to depression. Wherever you are watching from, I want you to say no to depression. Share this video to everyone, to all social media platforms, you know. If you are watching from YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Also like, because the more you like my video, the more YouTube will recommend it to people. I want you to also comment below in the comment section. I also want you, if you are watching from Facebook, also follow my page, like, and also comment below. Share your own opinion below, and say no to depression. I celebrate you. See you in my next video.